So you want EVs?
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another live stream on the Ryan Hall Y'all YouTube channel. How's everybody doing today? Where's everybody watching from? Let's see your locations in the chat down below. Let's see them. Let's see them. Good morning, guys. Another rushed, start to the stream here. I overslept. I'll just be honest with you. I wanted to be live at 7 exactly, but I overslept a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. We do have a little bit of a situation unfolding down here. Okay, I want to just get you guys up to date on what we're talking about down here. Okay, we are covering this thing right here. We're covering this storm that's moving across the East Coast right now. It dumped a bunch of snow last night in Middle Tennessee, through Alabama, parts of Georgia, Eastern Tennessee, of course, into the mountains of Virginia and North Carolina. And it's continuing to dump snow. In fact, it's going to dump even more snow up here in the Mid-Atlantic regions. Okay, so we're going to be keeping up with that. We got all kinds of people, hopefully, tuning in and who will be sharing pictures and videos with us of all the wonderful snow. And of course, we have live cameras. But more importantly, one of the main reasons we're doing live coverage today rather than a regular video is because we do have a tornado watch. We have a tornado watch down here in southeastern portions, or I guess just generally eastern North Carolina, where we do have some big storms popping up, and some of them are definitely going to be able to produce tornadoes. Okay, if we take a look at this on our radar here, on the southeastern side of Raleigh, right now, at this very moment, we have no tornado warnings or anything, but on the southeastern side of Raleigh, North Carolina, we have a very strong line of storms coming through with certainly some straight line damaging winds, but you guys can see we have the ability here for this to go tornadic very soon. Very soon. So I'm watching this closely. This is exactly what you want to look for in a linear convective system, for the potential for some rotation to kind of pop up and become a little bit more prevalent. Right now, there's not a lot of rotation, but it's a possibility. Okay, no need to take shelter right now, but certainly get ready for a big storm there in Garner. All right, Clayton, all the way up to Knightdale, Wendell, Zebulon, and Middlesex. South and east of Raleigh, North Carolina. That's a big storm. Now, we have a lot of big storms out here. All of these storms have the ability to rotate this morning. All right, I talked about this yesterday, yesterday morning in the video. There's a lot of tornado juice out here. The good thing is the thermodynamics aren't perfect, all right? There's not a lot of warm, moist air out in front of these storms. Don't get me wrong, it's warm and it's moist, but it's not ample and rich like it needs to be. So, that's what we're talking about right here. This is what we're watching very closely. Now, if we come over here, let me just show you real quick our location of our storm spotter. Okay, this is David. All right, you guys see our big storms are over here and right here. The ones in the front, David is over here in North Carolina near, let's see here, Belhaven and Pentago. David's here. He's going to the north and west to try to intercept some of these storms, okay? And we do have live camera footage from David, all right? If you want to go follow him on Twitter, at MesoVortHunter. He's our only storm spotter or storm chaser that we have today. All of our guys that chased the severe weather in Tennessee the other day are tired and they needed to go home. And I don't blame them. I do not blame them. But we do have David out there keeping an eye on these storms. And if we see any sort of rotation, especially with these storms over here in extreme eastern North Carolina, we're going to cut to him. And, of course, we do have the ability, once again, to talk to him via our voice if anything goes crazy. But right now, the main thing that I'm watching is this storm right here. It's literally getting ready to go through the southeastern Raleigh area. If anybody's just now tuning in, maybe one of your family members woke you up. Maybe one of your family members woke you up and said, hey, this guy's on YouTube, and he says there's a big storm coming. Hey, if you're in southeastern Raleigh, there is a big storm coming. It has the potential to produce a tornado, but it's not right now. You can go ahead and make a cup of coffee before we start running to our shelters. There's no need to go right now. And then, of course, we have an ongoing snowstorm, all right? These storms are not the only thing we're talking about today. We have heavy snow right now from Charlottesville in Virginia through Alexandria, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, all the way up through the Delmarva area, and, of course, in Atlantic City. In New Jersey. This is a camera from Atlantic City right here. It's pouring the snow in Atlantic City, as you can tell. It's also pouring the snow in Washington, D.C. That's supposed to be a view of the White House, but you can't see it. Extra white today. And then here we are just a little bit further to the south in southeastern Delaware, I believe. So, yeah, we have eyes on every aspect of the storm. Of course, once the tornado threat is over, this is just going to be a fun stream. We're going to watch the snowfall, keep you up to date on road conditions and all that stuff. But right now, it is still sort of a serious situation with our tornado watch. So, as always, before we get into the nitty-gritty, of really analyzing the radar data here. Let's all do what we normally do and share this everywhere on Twitter. All right, let's share it on Facebook. Let's put it in a text message for our family members and friends out there. And let's make sure as many people are getting this information as possibly can. We've got 2,000 people watching with us this morning. Good morning, guys. That's awesome. I honestly didn't think anybody would be able to tune in because it is early. But I figured I'd be here because I'm obviously not going to be able to do a regular forecast video today, so I will do that towards the end of the stream. This will not be a 2-hour long stream, or I'm sorry, a 10-hour long stream. Let's see here. Nick says, "Good morning, Ryan. When do you think the rain will transition to snow in Richmond, Virginia?" Richmond, you're in. I talked about this in the video yesterday. You're in one of those really tough spots where it's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell exactly when that's going to happen. Let me switch over here to a different radar. Let me kind of show you what we're looking at here. Surface temperatures around Richmond are low enough to support snow. It may not support like sticking snow in like a fast fashion, but like it definitely supports snow. But there's a layer of warmer air just above the surface that's keeping it rain right now. However, I do think that complete switchover is going to happen pretty soon, and that there's some dynamic cooling that's going to be happening here. So I don't think you have too much longer to wait before that really starts to switch over. Let me show you. Let me do this dual, and I'll show you the correlation coefficient. This is another really interesting thing that we can look at to see where that rain-snow line really is. Remember, when we look at the correlation coefficient and we're looking for tornadoes, we are looking for debris in the air, right? So like if we're looking at a thunderstorm and it's got a bunch of rain in there, the correlation coefficient will throw us something that looks like a bunch of red or purple. Okay, and in this situation, everything correlates up here, which this is all snow. Everything correlates down here. This is all rain. What's in the middle is where that starts to change over. So the correlation coefficient tells me that rain-snow line is actually approaching Richmond right now. So once you get on this side of this area of yellow and green there in Richmond, you'll be all snow. It should be taking place really soon. You should start to see flakes here in the next little bit. Very shortly. Looks like a good time for some thunder snow. Yes, thunder snow is going to be very possible today. Extremely possible, actually. Let me show you why on that. There's two places where we can expect thunder snow. The first place that I've been mentioning for a while is ahead of the cold front. We have a huge warm sector here, right, which is causing thunderstorms and potentially some severe thunderstorms down there in eastern portions of North Carolina. And that increased convection is going to, advect north of the warm front into the cold air, okay? And just because those thunderstorms are increasing the convection so much, some of that energy might be left over by the time it transitions over to snow. Even though it's a more, it's a less, how do I explain this? It's a less unstable atmosphere up there, but I'm thinking some of the convection will maintain the energy to produce lightning strikes as it goes up into the colder air. And then a secondary area where we can probably see some thunder snow today is if we look at this, let me show you the radar here without the colors, right? So if we look at this as just the super res reflectivity, you can see what we're really dealing with here are a couple really heavy snow bands, and you see all the reds and yellows there. That is, there's going to be a couple of these pop up today, especially whenever they pop up on the northwest side of the low pressure system as it ejects off to the north and east. We call that a deformation band. Okay, lots of wind shear, lots of separating of wind up in the air, and that can also cause lightning as well. Okay, so we could be looking at thunder snow once again from the Richmond area all the way up into the Ocean City area of New Jersey as we go later on into the day. And then, of course, on the backside of that low pressure system as well, if we get another deformation band that forms back there.
No, sir, but S11, if you want us to dispatch Mariah, we're trying to today.
So here's the broad picture of everything. Look at that. This is a really, really good looking storm. It looks really good on satellite. Let me turn the radar off and just show you the satellite. We have a classic comma head here, right? The thing is it's a powerful storm. It looks perfect on satellite, but it is small. It is a small storm, which I'm certainly not complaining about that. Philadelphia snow, yeah. You guys should start seeing some flakes here in the next little bit. Shouldn't be too long at all before you start seeing some snow there in Philadelphia. We're looking at the potential for several inches of snow. I think the sweet spot today is going to be just south of Washington, D.C., and then points south and east. So if you're in, for example, let's see here, Washington, D.C., Waldorf, Golden Beach, all the way up to Easton in Maryland, okay? Chestertown in Maryland, Dover, Delaware, Vineland to Mystic Islands, and Atlantic City in New Jersey. I really do think these are going to be the places that win today as far as, the heaviest snow totals go. We're already seeing, multiple inches pile up. We're going to get close to a foot in some of these areas. And let's check on our storm over here near Raleigh, North Carolina again. No incredible signs of rotation right now still. But there's a tendency for these kind of storms to produce enough rotation to drop a tornado. So we're going to keep watching that closely. The good thing is we're watching a big line of storms here. A lot of these supercells, or what could have been supercells that are forming over here a little bit further to the east, are really clogged up. Like none of them have the ability to kind of root up with that lower level jet stream because they're low topped. There's not a lot. There's a lot of them there, so any instability that is there is being eaten up by these storms. So this is why I mentioned yesterday why we don't expect a widespread tornado outbreak, but the ingredients are definitely in place for tornadoes to still occur. Hey, Marty. Marty has been a member for 11 months, and he says, well, feature is new and cool. At least DC is getting the snow they've wanted. Yeah, so being able to type something when you renew your subscription is new. But yeah, DC is getting the snow they've always wanted. This will be the biggest snowstorm they've had since 2019, I believe. So that's very, very interesting. By the way, as always, guys, if you want to follow me on Twitter, at Ryan Hall, y'all on Twitter. If you live out here in these areas, if you're watching the snowstorm with us, whether you live in the severe zone or the snow zone, and you want to share a video or a picture or something, either that you found or that you've taken yourself, please feel free to send that to me on Twitter, at Ryan Hall, y'all, and I will share it right here with our audience. Here's one from Darian. Darian says, less than 48 hours ago, my family were in our storm chaser or storm shelter. I didn't get much sleep last night for our first tornado warning. And then we wake up this morning to 3 inches of snow in Huntsville, Alabama. There are some places in Alabama that got like 7 inches of snow, which I was not expecting that. I thought, the 3-inch totals here and there were going to be the biggest. But this ended up being an overperforming storm for a lot of them. But thank you, Darian, for sending in that. This is Huntsville, Alabama, less than 48 hours ago in the storm shelter from a tornado warning. And by the way, very warm temperatures. A lot of people message me in places like Alabama, and they're like, hey, man, the weatherman's saying it's going to snow like 3 inches. But, I know that's not true because it was 80 degrees yesterday. And snow can't stick whenever it's 80 degrees. Yes, it can. Well, it can't snow when it's 80 degrees currently, but whenever it was 80 degrees yesterday, heavy snowfall rates don't care about how warm your ground is. You know, maybe the first couple of minutes of the heavy snow won't accumulate, but that heavy snow is going to cool down the ground way faster than the ground can hold its temperature. Here's Johnson City, Tennessee. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam, for that. Look at that, man. You guys got it. I got nothing. I got a big old bowl of nothing. Is what I got. We got a skiff, but like I don't think we even have an inch here in my neck of the woods.
96 near Pine Ridge Road, 1050 p.m.
Yeah, but yeah, snow can still stick. Snow can still stick, even when the ground is warm. Okay, because the snow cools off the ground.
MC 96 and the address of 1539. That's 1539. MC 96.
Still no tornado warnings right now. I'll keep you guys updated on that, I promise.
No vehicle descriptions given. PI. Receive from the county.
Yeah, heavy snow is ongoing right now in Maryland. Extremely heavy snow. Here's a tweet from Stas. He says, extreme snowfall rates near Bellalton, Maryland, 3 inches in the past hour. Some of the heaviest snow I've ever seen. This is a professional storm chaser, guys. He literally, he's been in just about every snowstorm that's ever happened. And he's saying it's the heaviest snow he's ever seen.
Tree that's down on top of the house.
I didn't catch the tree on top of the house.
All right, we're going to switch back over here to the precipitation depiction. So we can really keep an eye on this. Once again, it's this band of snow right here that it's getting ready to go through Fredericksburg. All right, and also the Chesapeake Bay there. Chesapeake Ranch, Taylor's Island. All of these places in extreme eastern Virginia and southern Maryland. You're getting ready to get some of the heaviest snow you've ever seen in your life. If you got to go out, if you got to do anything like that, sorry, I wouldn't do it. You're stuck for a little while. Once again, we're still watching this the storm that's going through the southeastern portion of Raleigh right now. It's really between Raleigh and Goldsboro. We got some very strong straight line damaging winds getting ready to come through Nightdale, Wendell, all the way through Micro and Kinley and Middlesex. And then there's a couple areas of very, very interesting, broad rotation near Smithfield, Pine Level, Micro. We got to pay attention to these severe thunderstorms today because they can start to rotate. They can start to rotate and produce potential quick spin-up tornadoes all along this line. Look at this. Princeton, you're in the path of this. Kinley, Firemont, Pikeville. This is in North Carolina. Everything that I'm saying right now is in North Carolina. No tornado warnings at the moment, but we're going to watch it closely. And because, once again, we do have lots of tornado juice. So we're not going to be surprised if we do end up seeing some tornadoes. Do you sleep? Yeah, I slept. I slept a little bit. You see, I don't do this every single day, right? It might feel like it here recently because of the weather has been so active. But I'm able to put as much time into this as I do during active weather events because I do take some time to, recover when the weather is calm. I don't go live to tell you that it's going to be sunny and 75. Sometimes I'll even skip a day here and there just uploading regular YouTube videos whenever the weather's calm. I feel like my platform here, it's very useful to help people with, a severe weather situation. And then also in instances like this where we're watching snow. You know what I mean? Nader's in the dark, you know it. Any tornado juice between Raleigh and Myrtle Beach? Yeah, but not quite. Let me explain to you. So here is Raleigh and Myrtle Beach, right? That area. There is some tornado juice, but it's way up here near Raleigh, okay? Everywhere else between Raleigh and Myrtle Beach is clear.
The address.
And honestly, within the next 30 minutes, that'll be cleared out of your way. So if you're taking, let's see here, if you're in Myrtle Beach and you're going to go get on what is that, I-95 to go up towards Raleigh, you're fine. You're fine.
19 out north.
Here's a picture from D.C., Parkview in Washington, D.C. This only took an hour to accumulate. Wow. Lots of heavy snow ongoing out there. And as some people are saying, possibly even the heaviest snow they've seen in their lives. David, are your Snowtown hopes over? No, man. I think there's still a chance. I mean, obviously, the heaviest precipitation is going to be south of Tom's River. But, daggone it. But I think that there's still a chance that you get some decent accumulation. Okay? It's not going to be anything crazy, but this has a long way to go before it's over for you. A long way to go before this is over for you. Lots of moisture still coming in. Look at all this. All this stuff. All this tornado juice is going to turn into snow juice as it goes up here into the cold portion of the storm. Good morning, Susie Q. Good morning. Once again, we do have a storm chaser out there, David Lilly. David Lilly, let's get an update on him here. Let me see where he is real quick. By the way, if you're just now tuning in, we've got a very interesting situation unfolding where we are not only tracking a snowstorm, but also a potential tornado situation over here in eastern North Carolina. And we do have a very brave storm chaser on the ground out there, David Lilly, in eastern North Carolina, who is doing work to make sure that we get updated on everything that's going on out here. I think his current location is somewhere to the south and east of Williamston, North Carolina. Okay, so he's kind of in the perfect spot to intercept that line of storms that could potentially go tornadic a little bit later. All right, so he's trying to position himself out in front of this line of storms. Let me show you here on radar. So David out here, he's driving in this general vicinity right now. That's why it's raining. And he's going to wait probably somewhere around Williamston in this clear slot for these storms to approach him, okay? The ones that are currently going through Raleigh and the southeastern portions of Raleigh from Smithfield to Goldsboro. These are the ones I think have the greatest potential to rotate, all right? And he's going to be there right in front of them to let us know if that's what's happening. Big storm, though. Even without tornadoes today, the severe thunderstorm warnings and just the regular thunderstorms are dropping a tremendous amount of moisture and water and wind. Look at that, though. You see this, Bo? Big-time winds getting ready to come through Zebulon. If you're in Zebulon in North Carolina, east of Raleigh, you got to be ready for that. That's definitely going to cause some damage there. Roy Lee Walker. What's up, man? He says, all right. Just leaving a super chat from my friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I mean, weather guy. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And thank you, Lynn. Do you think Southwest Ohio will get any snow in the near future? It's possible that we see some snow there in Southwest Ohio in the near future. Let me show you the latest Euro model. Let me show you the latest Euro. It's actually very possible. Let me cut over here to you real quick. Can you guys see that fine? Okay. So this is the current storm. If you want to keep up with the time and date, it's up above my head. But this is the current storm that we're watching right now. Okay, it's down here in the southeast, causing snow from Alabama all the way up into probably Cape Cod. And we're gonna put this into motion, and we're gonna watch what happens next. Okay, once that storm skedaddles out of here, we're gonna see a period of quiet weather. In the central and eastern portion of the U.S. This is probably when I'll sleep. Around this time's when I'll take me a nap. Of course, up here in the Pacific Northwest, it's going to rain and snow a lot, but there's not much else you can say about that. And then we get a big clipper coming down, okay, on Wednesday and Thursday. This is going to set the stage for some very cold air to kind of infiltrate and kind of, because if it wasn't for this clipper, our ridge would actually cause the temperatures to increase a lot more. So the clipper is a very important part of this next snowstorm. And then look at this. We got some energy from the Pacific Northwest meeting up with the Gulf of Mexico there. Gulf of Mexico moisture there. And then, boom, there's your snow in southwest Ohio, possibly on Thursday, January 6th. It's just three days away. As of right now, it's still kind of too early to tell exactly what kind of snowstorm this is going to end up being. But for Southwest Ohio, it's more than likely not going to be anything crazy huge. We're talking about like a 3 to 4 inch kind of system. But look at this. If we go on out into the future, those of you who are missing out on snow today in the Northeast, get ready for this one. Get ready for this one. This right here has the potential to be a very real, very classic nor'easter that dumps snow on Pennsylvania, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, all the way up into Maine, of course, Vermont, New Hampshire. It's going to be a coastal rider. Unfortunately there, David, Tom's River is going to be in another slice zone where you could be rain or snow. We'll nail that down once we get closer. But, yeah, once this is a 976 millibar low, with surface winds, let's see here. Yeah, with surface winds, approaching hurricane force, that's a blizzard. That's technically a blizzard there. So we could be watching a blizzard going through the region just as, Friday, literally on Friday. So I'm not going to be able to sleep for much longer. But I am going to take a little bit of a break before that gets here. And once again, that's one model run, guys. We're going to watch that closely as we go into the future, but I have a feeling that might change a little bit before I make my final forecast video.
And that was 1206 Oxford Place. Yes, sir. 1206 Oxford.
You're excited for the winter weather in Maine? Oh, I'm almost certain you guys are going to be getting it. Almost certain you guys are going to be getting the winter weather up there in Maine. David Lilly is driving through what looks to me like a very intense storm. I'd say as soon as he slows down a little bit near Williamston, we'll probably get a much clearer shot of what's going on out there. But he is driving through the forest pretty much, and cell service is a little bit low. But we'll get a better picture from him here in a minute. Here's what Atlantic City, New Jersey looks like right now, right on the shore there. I mean, the roads are bad. It's accumulating quickly all over the place. Here is the White House, which is obviously visibility is very low there because we are experiencing some of the heaviest snow that area has seen in years. And then here we are on the coast of Delaware, where the snow is picking up once again. And here's a broad view of everything. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. You want some snow? There you go. You want some tornadoes? There you go. You want some flooding rains? There you go. You want some ice and sleet? There you go. You want some thunder snow? It's going to happen somewhere in this region today. It happened a lot last night in a couple places. But it'll happen. Todd Remy. Thank you for the super chat. He says, it's very windy here in the Piedmont Triad area of North Carolina. It kept me up all night. Yeah, this is definitely a very strong storm. It's really utilizing that jet stream. You're going to hear those roaring winds until it completely moves out.
We can let you know better when we get there.
But yeah, thank you for that. I really appreciate the support.
It was up the embankment right past exit to For aviation, it's 540 eastbound.
Remember, guys, since we do have a tornado watch in effect right now for portions of South Carolina and North Carolina, let's remember to share this, okay? Put it on social media, put it out there. And if you don't want to do that, that's totally fine. I'd get it. But please like the video so that the YouTube algorithm puts us in front of the people who need to see this stuff, okay? We do got a new severe thunderstorm warning. Let me show you that. This is the reason I want to show you this is because this is a
52 Rescue 84.
this is a big severe thunderstorm warning.
You still need us?
Negative. I'm here. I'm getting some of the small stuff.
So we got a new severe thunderstorm warning for that same storm we've been watching. It actually encompasses a very large portion of North Carolina. 380,000 people are in the path of this severe thunderstorm. This includes Wake Forest, Rollsville, Spring Hope, Wendell, Middlesex, Sims, Archer Lodge, Wilson, Black Creek, Kinley, Selma, Princeton, Fremont, Platetown, or Pattatown, Goldsboro, Mount Olive, and Seven Springs. This is that same storm we were talking about just moments ago that is producing up to 60-mile-an-hour winds, okay, penny-sized hail, and potentially a tornado at any moment. Also, here's an update from STAS. 4.5 inches in 90 minutes since the snow began 5 miles south of La Plata. However you say that.
Apparently, I guess they've got generator for most of the building, but they forgot about the telco rooms.
Hey, Vitamin. Vitamin, thanks for sending that in. Look at this. By the way, if you're just now tuning in, guys, if you want to share a picture or a video with me, at Ryan Hall Y'all on Twitter. Vitamin P says it's looking pretty good in Annapolis, Maryland.
Perfect, thank you.
That is crazy, man. It just started. It just started. Good morning, Aaron. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, for tuning in. Here's a picture from Hazel Green, which is another place that was, damage. There was a lot of damage from the severe thunderstorms and tornadoes and stuff. And now they've got a bunch of snow. A bunch of snow. Thank you, Nathan, for sending that in. What a crazy stretch of weather we've been going through here. Right around the beginning of December, it's been nonstop, back-to-back, severe weather, okay, snow, severe weather, snow. And today we're talking about severe weather and snow. And then literally in just a couple of days, we may be talking about a full-on blizzard for the East Coast. Either things are just like going crazy or the spring's going to be extremely quiet. I just don't see us continuing to have so many problems. Or I know that there's no way of knowing, but I sure hope it calms down. Yeah, I got some snow. I didn't get much. I did not get much at all. Here, James Spann just shared this. Let me show you this. This is some of the crazy stuff I was talking about. In Tennessee, or in Ardmore, near the Tennessee border, 8 inches of snow. 8 inches. In Alabama. I'm telling you guys, some of you people up here in the Mid-Atlantic regions are going to get absolutely clobbered like you've never been in a long time. Let me do this. I'm going to show you. By the way, that rain snow line should be moving into, like, if you're in northwestern Richmond, you should be seeing snow now. Okay, we got some sleet, we got some grapple right through here, but you should be all snow there in northwestern Richmond. Let me know if I'm wrong. But anyways, let me inspect on the super res reflectivity. Let me inspect where some of the heaviest snow is right now. Wow. Wow, look at this, guys. All the yellows and all the reds there is blinding snow. It's accumulating super fast. This is approaching the Washington, D.C. area, so it's not necessarily in D.C. yet, and this is what the White House looks like right now. Tell me if that doesn't look like a blizzard. This is usually a very clear picture from EarthCam, but visibility is way down as this big snow band is coming in. Once this gets into the metro area, I cannot even imagine the problems we're going to have with traffic. That is going to shut down interstates more than likely. That especially in this area where they don't deal with this kind of snow very often. Be careful, guys. If you don't have to go out today, if you're between Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Fredericksburg, all these places, don't do it, because if you think it's bad out there now, it's only going to get worse. It is only going to get worse. Still, oh, here we go. We probably just had an instance of thunder snow down here near Farmville. Literally, Farmville. Look at that. So down here in Southern Virginia, this is what I was talking about, guys. Okay, I was talking about how we have this cold front that's causing increased convection down here, and it is sending some of that up into the colder zone of the storm. Obviously, those thunderstorms are losing intensity as they reach more stable air and the colder air. But some of that convection is going to last until it hits the cold air, and we are going to have isolated areas of thunder snow due to that, okay, outside of the deformation band. I had some weather people get mad at me on TikTok because I explained this phenomenon without flexing my meteorological knowledge, like that's some sort of crime. But yeah, there's two different ways the thunderstorms can happen today. Or thunder snow can happen today, and that's one of them. The other way is that these big heavy bands of snow can just produce it. Snow's picking up pretty much everywhere, including in Atlantic City there and New Jersey. Our power has been out several times, and it's lightning and thundering. Yeah, the wind's going to be a big problem, especially if you're on the southeastern side of this storm. Remember, if you're in North Carolina, in Beaufort, Carteret, Craven, Franklin, Johnston, Nash, or Waker counties, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning, and that severe thunderstorm has the potential to, cause a quick spin-up tornado. So we're taking this seriously. It's a very strong storm coming through. By the way, I'm still doing my challenge. Okay, I'm still doing my challenge. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you know about this. But I tweeted this last night. I said, a bunch of you guys are sending me pictures and videos. Thunder snow is occurring in Alabama. Obviously, it's not still occurring in Alabama, but it is now occurring in Virginia. Even if it's thunder sleet, okay, I understand that lightning strike that we just looked at happened in an area that's arguably not all snow right now. But even if as long as wintry precipitation is falling from the sky, if you can get this on video, all right, if you can film an instance of thunder snow that is occurring today, I will order pizza to your house. All right, you're snowed in. All right, I don't know if pizza delivery still happens when there's a big snowstorm going on in your area. But if it does, I will order pizza to your house. And if it doesn't, then I'll PayPal you some money for pizza in the future, all right? I want a video of thunder snow occurring today. And you have to send it to me on Twitter because that's what I'm monitoring. If you get that video today, I'm going to order you pizza. And I'm not joking. I want to see it. I want to live vicariously through you guys. Hey, Shay Anderson, thank you so much for sending me these pictures. But remember, guys, if you send me stuff, please include your location. Just your general location. You don't have to tell me where you live. Here is Middletown, Virginia from Bobby. Thank you, Bobby, for sending in this video. Middletown, Virginia, currently on 81, trying to get home to Nashville. You should be out of that mess sooner than later. But be careful out there, man. That's, you know, that looks like some pretty slushy road conditions there. And it's only going to get worse the longer you're in the zone there. But once you get past, like, once you get close to Tennessee there towards Johnson City, the snow's going to be completely over with. It's just going to be cold.
She was a backseat restrained.
Richard says we've got flooding going on in Virginia. Water's rising quickly, usually much lower than this. So once again, we have not only a tornado watch, severe thunderstorm warning, we have multiple flash flood warnings and winter storm warnings. What a day. Actually, what a month. What a month it has been. Here's a good picture from Nina from near Nashville. Thank you so much for that. Pine Level, North Carolina. Here's Crossville, Alabama.
C367 rolling, 1023.
Here's Stoughton, Virginia. I'm retweeting that one. I'll show you that one up close. Thank you, Davey. Thank you, Davey, for the video. Man, I want that. I want to look out my window and see that. Ryan wants to hear thunder snow. Yeah, and I know, by the way, I'm going to know if it's an old video. I'm going to know.
Yeah, I got that.
Because I've seen them all.
Thank you.
About an inch and a half, about 20 minutes ago. We should be right about 2 inches right now as those bands are starting to push up. Dover, I could see up to a foot.
Got Logan Giles out there reporting on the snow. Just retweeted that.
Her vitals are outstanding. No C sign tenderness.
Yeah, power outages is going to continue to be a problem there in Tennessee because the snow's heavy and now you got the wind. All that good stuff. Tanya, hi. My dad is going to drive with me from South Carolina to Arizona starting January 10th through the southern states across Texas. Should we be concerned? I don't think so. That's still, quite a bit down the road. My best advice for you, Tanya, would be to just continue to subscribe to the channel. If anything concerning is going to happen, I'm going to talk about it here, okay? But right now, it's just, us weather people, once you get past 4 days, we're wrong a lot, so I don't want to scare you and say there's a big storm coming by looking at the models. But, once we get closer, once you're about 4 days out from your trip, tune back into the channel here. Make sure I'm not posting a video saying a huge storm's coming through. And if I'm not, more than likely we're going to be good over there. I'm an honest weatherman, guys. I'll tell you, it's not a perfect science. I can't tell you what the weather's going to be like a week from now with a lot of accuracy. Sometimes we can get it right, but as you guys know, Weatherman's wrong often.
Accident, motor vehicle accident, 2544 Highway 242 North, 2544 Highway 242 North, Chrysler Railroad Road and Tar Hill Road.
Oh, thank you so much, Dav. Man, love seeing the snow, guys. Love seeing it. We finally got some snow in Northern Virginia.
This residence is down in a box.
We are always in the middle and usually getting freezing rain. I know. A lot of you guys who are getting snow today from, Roanoke up the I-81 corridor into the, Baltimore and Washington area, all the way up into southern New Jersey. You guys don't usually get snow. I mean, a lot of times you get mist. This is a notorious area for snow to just kind of not happen. So I'm very happy for you guys. You guys you deserve it, and I hope you get as much snow as you want. And if you don't want snow, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. I can't control the weather. But yeah, Tanya, please subscribe to the channel. By the way, if there's anybody new watching, welcome. This is the Ryan Hall Y'all YouTube channel, and this is what I do. I talk about the weather here on YouTube, okay? And during severe weather events, I go live and I cover it. It doesn't matter to me where it's happening. If the weather's going to be bad in your area, it is my goal to be your local weatherman. I zoom in to the, you can ask people in Tennessee, man. I was talking about Old Beans Creek Road yesterday, which I think only one person lives on. But we were here for them whenever that storm came through. Oh man, we got Reed Timmer back up. Hold on one second. I gotta fix that. I think we lost our connection with David Lilly, so I'm gonna try to put that back up. Give me just a second. By the way, where I was going with that was, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. I think we're about to hit 270,000 subscribers, which is kind of blows my mind.
I'm here with the latest one. Can I get the next Area 2 1051 by rotation reference to a passenger car in the median?
Yeah, we lost our connection with David Lilly, but so we're going to just kind of keep an eye on Washington, D.C. there with the snow. But I'm still watching it on radar, okay? I'm still watching these storms in North Carolina on radar. We currently don't have any tornado warnings right now. That could change, okay? We're still watching some very interesting areas of rotation, but they're all broad, okay? Or they're all very discreet. That's why I'm kind of, it's a blanket statement when I say be prepared for a tornado if you're in this severe thunderstorm warning, because anywhere along this boundary, remember the greens represent stuff going towards the radar. The reds represent stuff going away. Whenever this mixes up, okay, whenever we get some vertical vorticity here, we can have tornadoes anywhere along that line. So I want everybody to be extra weather aware, especially if you're around Rocky Mount, Saratoga, and Tarboro in North Carolina to the east of Raleigh. By the way, a flash flood warning now for Raleigh as well. Connie Hess, thank you so much for becoming a Slight Risk member. Morgan, thank you for thank you for the very generous contribution. Turkian, I hope I'm saying that right. Welcome. I'm glad to have you here. Very happy to have all of the new people. WUB, I'm sorry, I can't say your name, but he says, I live on the North Carolina coast, and it's gustier than a hurricane right now. Yeah, some very, very strong winds are coming through, guys.
Yeah, well, thanks, sir.
If you are in that, severe thunderstorm warning, especially, even if you're not, even if you're outside of that, get ready because, these storms are no joke.
Red and black Ford truck in a ditch cut.
Thank you for subscribing. We are at 269,580. I think we can get to 270 today. I think we can. I'm retweeting a bunch of your guys' stuff. Thank you all once again for sending in videos. Y'all know I love seeing the snow.
Across the roadway at 1795 Pikeville Road.
You want to send something in at Ryan Hall, y'all, on Twitter. Here is student of Gnosis with a view from Maryville, Tennessee. So we got a lot of people in Tennessee watching today. And then we've got Nilum Buckman. Not sure where this is. Remember, if you send me a video, please include the location. And here's another view of some decent snow in eastern Tennessee from Matt Oliver. Thank you for that, man. You got a beautiful view there. You know, as bad as it is when you have that heavy snow that kind of clings to the trees and stuff, it is beautiful. It is beautiful to see that heavy, wet snow accumulate on trees. Here's another view of that snow in Northern Virginia. This is a recent video here, recent accumulation. Scott Clark, thank you for being a member for 5 months, man. Getting ready to get your red lightning bolt. It's negative 23 in Ontario. Phew. Lord goodness, man. Now, I love the snow. I love the cold even. I'm a fan of the cold weather, but negative 23, I could probably do without that. Let's see here. Nora says, I absolutely love your channel. Thank you, Nora.
I'm not sure if it's one of the same as the one you're 1017 too.
Passing the 306 now. Haven't seen anything from the 303 to 306.
By the way, the live feed that we're looking at now above my head there is from Washington, D.C.
Yes, ma'am. This is Medic 7. Can you add us to the call on 545 Horner Street for assistance?
How much is York, Pennsylvania supposed to get? Not much. Not much. York, Pennsylvania, I think you definitely have the opportunity there to get a couple inches of snow. But like down to your south, that's where we're talking about the potential, major amount of very impactful snow.
99.7. And she tested positive for COVID on Thursday. Any further?
UK Unlimited was put back on top of rotation and canceled. That's incorrect link, yeah.
So here's a video from Peter Forrester. Peter Forrester, he's down there in the Tennessee area, I believe. Peter Forrester getting a car unstuck in a blizzard. It took all three of us.
Sequence 088.
I believe he was in the Tennessee area last night. Here's a video from earlier in Carver's Gap, Tennessee, measured a wind of 50 miles an hour. Now, that's a blizzard. That's what you call a blizzard right there. I'm retweeting this stuff, by the way, if you guys want to go retweet it for yourself. Archer Ace, thank you for becoming an Extreme Risk member. That's an extremely cool thing to do. Thank you, Pam Bell. Couple inches of snow in York, yeah. Yeah, I woke up really early today. Actually woke up around 4 a.m. Just had some other stuff to take care of before the stream started, and then I had an incredible amount of technical difficulties. I think the time has come. I think the time has come to where I'm probably going to stop doing this in my room at my house, and more than likely get some office space and get like backup generators and like a dedicated business internet line, and once again a production assistant and all that stuff. I'm not trying to start the Weather Channel here. I'm not going to become a big company. I'm not. That's not my plan. But I do want to make sure that in the future I'm always able to be here for you. Okay, that's all I'm trying to do. And in order to do that, and in the way that I want to, in a meaningful way, I am going to need to, kind of start running this kind of like a business. And thank you. And if it wasn't for people like Archer and Ace and Dean Smart and Mary Childers, I wouldn't be able to do that stuff. So thank you all for that.
In reference to a fire alarm coming in hallway smoke zone 3, central clear 8:30.
SMS tone 17, no delay.
Here's a very cool video from Darren. Darren, he is in Dover, Delaware. It says snowfall rates are increasing. Roads are becoming a hot mess with most snow sticking without issue. And that was 52 minutes ago. I wonder what it looks like now. I hope we can get an update from Darren. By the way, guys, gee Lord, look at that. This is Washington, D.C. The sound you're hearing in the background is a new severe thunderstorm warning was just issued. A new severe thunderstorm was just issued. So here we go, looking at blizzard conditions in Washington. And now, if we go over to the radar, we have multiple severe thunderstorms ongoing down here in North Carolina. Not very far to the south. We do have a storm chaser out here in front of these storms, so I don't know if we're going to be able to get him back or not. I don't know what happened there, but we lost his feed. But we do have a guy on the ground, a storm spotter, a storm chaser in front of these storms, because we are thinking that we are probably going to see... we are probably going to see maybe a couple spin-up tornadoes out of this system here. So we do have a storm chaser on the ground down there, and he's going to let us know what's up. It's stuff like this, too, like that, we got to watch for. And we do have David Lilly out there. I'm hoping we can get his feedback. I'm trying to talk with him on Discord. Thank you, Andrea, for becoming a slight risker. Thank you, Brian, for becoming a high-risk member.
Starting to act up earlier, but he's calmed down.
I'll be around. 203 is going to be with him.
Thank you. Thanks to all of our members. I don't know if you guys were here the other day, but we crossed over 1,000 members in the last live stream, which is a huge milestone. I think there's not very many channels on YouTube that have hundreds of members, let alone 1,000 or more. So that means a lot to me. Thank you guys. And once again, it's one of the reasons why I'm going to be able to do this. It's just going to keep getting better and better. If you guys like what I'm doing here, it's only going to keep getting better and better. If you're just now tuning in, we do have a tornado watch until 11 a.m. EST for South Carolina, northeastern portions of South Carolina, and pretty much all of eastern North Carolina. And we have a storm chaser out there who has given us updates on what's going on the ground. But right now, we have no tornado warnings. Additionally, we are watching a very significant snowstorm unfold in the Mid-Atlantic. Okay, we've got thunder snow being reported in some areas. We've got some of the heaviest snow some of these people have seen in their lives being reported around the central Maryland area. The heaviest bulk of the snow is just now starting to move into the Delaware and southern New Jersey areas as well. So that's kind of what we're talking about. We got a live view here of the White House. We have a live view of Atlantic City in New Jersey. And then we also have, we don't have that one anymore, but we'll get it back. James, thank you for becoming a member. Michelle, thank you for becoming a member. You guys are awesome. Just going through your tweets again.
Break out, and I set all my cans back up. So that was up there, down, whatever.
Thank you guys for sending this stuff in, by the way.
Go ahead, big dog.
We're getting snow in Arlington, Virginia, 6.6 miles east-southeast from Washington, D.C.
Exercise a little bit. I don't think.
Thank you for that. Michael Campbell says, I love right now that Northeast Ohio is still snow-free. However, I know it won't last for long. Oh, no, this next storm's probably going to get you some snow. Probably going to get you some good snow over there. Double Agent. Oh, my goodness, Double Agent. Thank you for becoming an official sponsor. Everybody saying thank you, Double Agent. We got a lot of official sponsors now, and I appreciate you guys more than you could ever possibly know. That's a huge, huge commitment. And once again, it's another reason why I'm going to be able to do this for a long time. Vanessa, thank you for becoming a Slight Risk member. Our official sponsors, by the way, if we have any more of you guys watching, it is my intent to put your names on the Storm Seeker. Okay. However, I'm working with the people who designed the wrap and stuff to try to find out a way to do that. That's not going to be hard to change and stuff. So here we go. We're on 64 West, looking towards Charlottesville. Okay, so this is unfortunately something that we're going to be seeing a lot of here, and this is another reason why I think the live stream could be, pretty useful. This is 64 West heading towards Charlottesville. We got a lot of people out there on the roads. I know we got a lot of truckers that watch, and they can't help but to be on the roads. So if you guys see anything out there, please feel free to send it to me. James Sheets, thank you for becoming a Slight Risk member. But guys, please be careful out there even if you're on the interstates, guys. This area, it's not like they're not equipped to deal with the snow. It's just like once again, this is some of the heaviest snow that this area has seen in a very long time. So like it is going to cause major problems on the interstates. It is going to cause major traffic delays and accidents and stuff. So please keep that in mind.
838.
He crashed into himself. What about the Thursday storm in Ohio? I'll talk more about that here in just a minute. We'll go over that very often. We'll go over the next storm very often. I plan on being live here for probably at least until noon Eastern or maybe 11. So we will talk about that forecast multiple times before the end of the stream here. But I do want to kind of just talk about the snow as it's coming through into Washington, D.C., because it's getting ready to get real out there. I know it doesn't seem like it, but snow situations can be severe. It can be a dangerous situation. It can have major impacts on your life, especially if you have to do any sort of traveling, which is what I'm kind of concerned about here in Washington. This is, once again, a really heavy snow band that is just dumping snow way faster than any road clearing crew can keep up with it. So if you are on I-95, or if you need to be, or if you plan on being on I-95 between, let's say, Richmond and Washington, D.C. over the next, I don't know, several hours, I wouldn't do that. I would not risk it. Same thing for Highway 50 that connects Washington, D.C. and Annapolis. That's going to be a mess. That's going to be a huge mess.
Negative Central. It was on Glebe between
Huge mess over here.
Yeah, we're about to dispatch out another one. She just come through 15 minutes ago, and there was a tree there in between Dabney and Hicksboro, closer to Hicksboro.
Richard, thanks for all you do, man. Thank you. It snowed in Birmingham, Alabama until early this morning, and it was 70 degrees yesterday morning. Yes, the very dynamic system, a big temperature change. That was the reason why we had the severe weather, and we were so concerned about the potential tornado threat.
905.
What we're watching here on radar, if you look at the radar loop over New Jersey, the Delmarva area, we can see a quasi-stationary band of heavy snow producing over 1 to 2 inches per hour. But a problem that we are having is that the heavy snow is having a problem expanding too far to the north. Okay, so, I know we got people in York, Pennsylvania watching. We've got people in Philadelphia, Toms River, New Jersey. A lot of that heavy snow is staying, right in this area. Now, I do think you're going to get some flakes, and once again, possibly there's a couple areas up here that'll get a couple inches of snow, maybe. But the heavy snow is really not wanting to expand any further north than that, than where it is right now. Toms River, you've got the best shot out of anybody. Philadelphia and York, the further west you go there, I think you've got an even worse shot. Jack says, I have a time lapse from my cameras of snowfall overnight if you'd like it. Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you could post that on Twitter. If you can't post it on Twitter, though, I'm looking at all, maybe Facebook or something. Still no snowfall. Okay, so if you're in York, even though the radar might be showing that there's some snow falling, there's nothing hitting the ground yet. That's true. Okay, we could see some virga here. But as the storm continues to advect off to the north, this is going to continue to moisten up the atmosphere, and you will see some flakes hit the ground. I promise you that. Before the day's over.
Good, Justin. We get some clean off the sidewalk, not the road. Just need a chipper out here.
We got a storm report coming in. Oh, sorry. We got a storm report coming in from the Spotter Network. 2 miles northwest of North Charleston, South Carolina, a porta potty has been blown over at the rail yard, completely knocked onto its side. Oh, man. I mean, I'm not doubting the validity. But it's funny thing to report. Oh, here we go. People are already sending in their desks. Thank you, Tristan, for sending that in. Nice setup. Very honored to be on your all's desks and TVs today.
Just past the dump site, NC39 North.
Philip, thank you for becoming a member.
Central. You can show 84, County Engine 1 on scene, Flemingtown. Address will be 2431.
844. Clear brush 1, that call. Show me en route to 39 North.
Virgo Goodness says, I woke up in a winter wonderland yesterday while hiking. I had to take off my jacket. It was even humid, and now this. And then, of course, we have a lot of you guys are sending pictures like crazy. Here's Salisbury, Maryland, Home Depot parking lot. Here's I don't know where this is. Oh, Williamsburg, Kentucky. 2.5 inches of snow. I can't wait until we start seeing some of these 10 inches and higher totals in Virginia and Maryland and Delaware and southern New Jersey. Some people are going to see over a foot, I think. Davy Jones. I don't know if you guys can see that, but he's got 8 inches. 8 inches of snow there in Virginia and Staunton, Virginia. Hate to mispronounce these names, guys, but it's part of it.
We're back in service.
Oh, here's a better picture of that. Yeah, we got 8 inches there for sure.
845. Go ahead and put yours.
Oh, thank you, Jarak. Thanks for sending me that time lapse. So this is in Marshall, Virginia, about an hour from D.C. Look at that. It is piling up quick down there.
Hicksboro Fire Department, Hicksboro Fire Department. Tree down, 450 Hibernian Road, 450 Hibernian Road, tree covering the whole roadway. No response on Townsville. Central clear, 846.
Engine 63 is en route, Central.
Stanton.
County Engine 1 to Central.
Stanton. Okay, I can do that. I can manage that. We are at 269,800 subscribers here on YouTube. We are so close, 200 away from 270. Give me just a second, guys. I am going to take not a break, but I'm going to get up for just like 2 seconds to get me something to drink. BRB. Okay, once again, I didn't have time to fill up my water jug today, so we're drinking just whatever I've got in my little mini fridge over here, Sprite Zero. And he just get me a big old water cooler.
Yeah, just do what you got to do. Cut it, remove it. Put a couple cones around it so they can see it, but they'll come back and chip it later, probably this afternoon.
Will there be a nor'easter in Allentown, Pennsylvania on Friday? It's very possible. It's very possible that we see a traditional northeast snowstorm on Friday. Do you guys want me to look at that again? Do you guys want me to look at the forecast models again, just in case you haven't seen it? Because we do. It's still, it's a couple days away, so it's going to change. We do have a lot of data, though, that supports the idea for a major snowstorm coming up. If you guys want me to break real quick from the coverage here, I can do that. Real quick, before we do that, though, I do want to get an update here on the severe storms that we're watching. And things are looking remarkably well. I'm just looking for little areas of rotation. Once again, we still do have some here. We're not, like I've been saying it the whole time, we're not expecting a tornado outbreak, but I would be surprised if we didn't see a couple spin-ups today from some of these storms in North Carolina, so I'm watching them closely. We got David Lilly here near Greenville. I don't have his live feed anymore, though, so. No tornado warnings right now, but just be ready for some big storms if you're in northeastern North Carolina here. These are definitely going to pack a punch with the wind. All right, let's take a look at the forecast. We got a big snowstorm coming, guys. Big one. Ken Cook, thanks for becoming a moderate risker. All right. Let's take a look at the forecast. I know you guys want to. All right, so we're going to look at the Euro model, okay? This is the 0Z model. If you want to keep up with the date and time, it's always listed above my head there. So let's take a look at this now. This is the storm that we're watching at this very moment, obviously. That's going to skedaddle, right? It's going to exit the East Coast. It'll be out of our minds by 10 o'clock tonight. Only producing some light snow showers there in Cape Cod. And then, you know, we have this constant deluge of moisture just inundating the Pacific Northwest. A little bit of that's going to try to escape on Wednesday, January 5th. And it is going to make it into the plains and combine with a little bit of a disturbance here and that's coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. And we have ourselves a full-on snowstorm. Look at this. Let's zoom in on the east here. So, you know, this is obviously showing snow for portions of Illinois, western Kentucky, southern Indiana, Missouri. This is, you know, at this point of the storm, that's probably going to be very light snow. It doesn't really start to intensify until it gets a little bit further to the east, where in a lot of Ohio and Kentucky here, around Thursday, January 6th, we could be seeing some moderate to heavy snow. And then, once again, as this thing crosses over the Appalachian Mountains and kind of transfers its energy over to that low-pressure system on the coast, that's when this thing really blows up, and we're talking about a blizzard here, a blizzard for northeastern and eastern Pennsylvania, northern Jersey, okay, even New York City here, into Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, this general vicinity right here. I don't want you guys to quote me on that, though, because I haven't had time to look at all the data, all right? This is not an official forecast for me. I'm just looking at some of the new information that's coming in. But, like, this is, you know, it was showing this yesterday. It's showing it today. So it's been pretty consistent. And then, of course, that's also going to continue to strengthen and be a big storm for Boston as well, and Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Like, seriously, that's that's a, you know, 50-mile-an-hour winds, blowing snow, drifting snow, and fast accumulating snow there, if that's what actually happens. Let's see. Let's look at those total snowfall numbers. Well, let me explain this. Okay, this part down here, ignore this. This is what's happening today, all right? The only thing that we're kind of worried about is this up here as far as new accumulation, and then we'll talk about what happens west of there here in a second. But, you know, if this storm actually works out the way that this model is saying that it will, we're going to see, you know, widespread, like in northeastern Pennsylvania, a foot of snow. Through a lot of, you know, upstate New York, a foot of snow. All the way up to, let's see here, Albany. All right, so from Middletown to Albany. But right there around New York City, like near New York City and Yonkers, Bridgeport, Danbury, all these places right on the bottom edge there, you have a very good chance of seeing blizzard conditions. But if this is the track that the storm takes, it's going to be tough for you to get a lot of accumulating snow because you're going to be really close to that warm sector the whole time. But once again, we're getting way too in-depth here. It's going to change, all right? Just subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be making updates on this. Maybe I'm probably actually not going to be able to take a break at all. which I'm totally fine with. But I am going to have forecast updates on this right here because that is certainly significant. And then, of course, if we go over to the Ohio Valley, this is 4, 5, 6 inches of snow all the way up through portions of Ohio into western PA as well. A couple inches of snow down here in Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana. That's a big one. Let's change models here.
Joe Road just south of US 401. Jonesville Road just south of US 401. Blue van, early 1053.
So an interesting tidbit here is that the GFS, it still sees the storm. Okay, it still sees the storm. We still have the phasing there, but nothing really happens with it. It doesn't turn into the giant blizzard like the Euro says it's going to. Let's see what the Canadian says about this. Okay, the Canadian has a massive storm. So the Euro, the Canadian are seeing the signal for a big storm. The GFS is not. And really, that's the only ones we even need to look at right now. The story here, if you guys want me to get a little bit nerdy with you, the story here that we've got to pay attention to, and the way that I'm going to make my forecast, obviously we can't just look at one model and be like, oh, okay, that's what's going to happen. That's not how it works. And that's why most of the time meteorologists, especially the ones on TV, they don't show you the models, right? Because a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll see me talk about, or they'll see a TV weatherman talk about the potential for a big snowstorm from the Euro model like that. And then when it doesn't happen, they're like, well, that weatherman was wrong. Well, no, he wasn't. The model was wrong. All right. We have to look at multiple different things before we can formulate a forecast. And one of the things that I'm paying extra close attention to is here's the storm that we're looking at today. If we look at the upper level data on that, one of the things I'm paying attention to is how deep the trough gets here. Okay, so there's a little piece of something up there in Canada that is trying to push a little bit further south. You see all these isobaric lines, we'll call them. You see how they're kind of following the patterns that are set to whatever's to the north of them. The further south this thing pushes, the deeper this is likely going to get. Now, it's not going to make a huge difference, but the smallest difference can make a huge difference in what you actually see there on the East Coast. But like this has been slowly trending further south. The storm in front of it has been trending further south. A lot of this stuff over here has been trending further south. So I've been watching this because the further south all of this goes, the bigger storm we're going to get. And also, it's important that we continue to see that kind of neutral or negatively tilted trough here. When the bottom part of this wavy thing points to the southeast, that's a negative tilt. Whenever it points to the southwest, that's a positive tilt. And whenever it points straight down, it's neutral. We want it to be neutral or negatively tilted if you're wanting snow, if you're looking for snow. So this is something that I'm going to pay a lot of attention to as we go into the future. Now let's see what the GFS is showing differently. Why doesn't the GFS show as big of a storm? And you see the GFS actually has that wave that's in front of the wave that's going to cause our storm to be, it's actually a lot more amped. I don't know if that's got something to do with it, but it's still a negatively tilted trough. It's still a storm over here. It's just not nearly as deep. So we'll see. Hopefully I didn't bore too many of you guys with the model stuff there. I know this one is the one that's the most fun to look at.
No obvious injuries at this time. She just said that they hurt because one of the staff members was pulling on them. Vitals are stable at this time. No COVID concerns. Will be at facility in about 15 minutes. Do you have any questions?
Oops.
Arrival is clear. Copy.
we still have a severe thunderstorm warning for Nash, Wilson, Craven, Outer Banks, and Carteret counties or parishes there in North Carolina. No tornadoes yet.
We've got a tree on Pine Plaza. Can you confirm with Apex PD?
Here's an update on that radar from the hardest hit area right now near Washington, D.C. Look at this heavy, heavy band of snow still nailing Fredericksburg, Waldorf, Easton, into Maryland and Dover. Gosh, man. And of course, you know, if we come over here to the New Jersey radar, you can see a lot of the heavy snow is also still happening down there in Atlantic City and Ocean City. But Tom's River, God, I feel so bad for David. David's one of our official sponsors, and he lives in Tom's River. And the snow is just, I mean, like, literally, it's pouring the snow just a couple miles down the road, man. And I don't know if it's going to come to the north. It's trying its best to.
SUV behind the car I-40.
It's just not happening right now.
1024 PD only. Another 3-car 1050 PD only occurred at 0840. If you would send me that sequence, I'll be out with East Coast on both of these.
Talk weather to me, Roy Lee. Let's see here, Alec. Power went out. Thanks for the warning yesterday. Thanks for the warnings yesterday. No problem, man. That's what I'm here for. It's what I do.
There'll be 2 GMC trucks and a GMC SUV.
That's what I do. This snow is piling up fast. This snow is piling up extremely fast. Somebody's going to see an incredible amount of snow out here. By the way, here is Washington, D.C. currently. Pouring the snow at the White House. Here's Atlantic City in New Jersey. And, you know, they've been taking the scraper by on the roads there constantly back and forth. And they just can't keep the road clear because it's snowing too hard. That's why you guys shouldn't be out. Shouldn't be out on them roads.
Ready to serve the Archuleta and Thanksgiving community. If you would set off pagers and let all members know.
Bo Horton, thank you for sending me that video. Bo Horton sent in this. He says this is from earlier in the morning when that line of thunderstorms moved through southeastern North Carolina. We got some trees down, but there is only minor damage. Thanks for sending that. This line of storms is still causing some damage out here as it advects off to the north and east. But I think for the most part, we are entering the end of this severe weather threat. Okay, thankfully, I don't think we had any tornadoes, but we still. It doesn't change the fact that all the ingredients are in place there for some tornadoes to happen. So if you're still under that tornado watch, you got to continue to be weather aware. Here is Unicoi, Tennessee. Thank you for that.
Patient reports no pain. Mass is approximately 3 inches in diameter. It's palpable. Patient has a GC.
Oh, and thank you, Creative Experience, for showing your setup there. Thanks, man. That looks good. I like it.
In about 5 to 10. Do you hire anything else?
Hellcat, thank you for becoming a member.
DTR, Durham County Medic 9. Go ahead. Medic 9, we're out with a 25-year-old male. Chief complaint today is going to be headache with nausea and vomiting. All vitals are remarkable at this time. A febrile. We will be seeing you and you require further. On arrival, be clear.
Did you get to see thunder snow? No, I still haven't gotten anybody sending me a video of thunder snow yet. We can investigate here. And I'm not sure if there's if there's a lot of thunder snow actually happening right now. These lightning detection systems on these radars, it works good. So I think we would see it here. But the offer still stands. If anybody out here has the ability to film thunder snow for me today, I am going to order you pizza. That is not a joke. I'm gonna have pizza delivered to your house.
Yeah, it was pretty good, my friend. I tried calling you. You didn't answer, though.
No.
Smyrna, Tennessee this morning looks like a winter wonderland. Thank you, Josh. Thanks for sending that in. Look at that. That's beautiful. Large pizza, yeah. Large pizza from anywhere that delivers. I don't care. I'm ordering it for you. Janice, no problem. No problem.
And a black Honda, 1012 on the shoulder. Good.
Or it'll be just a few minutes, but we'll be over there in just a minute.
Here's an awesome video from Gerald. He's out there in Haywood County, North Carolina with a drone. Look at that. That's beautiful. Guys, please go to Twitter and retweet this. More people need to see that. Gerald's an awesome guy. He's a younger guy out there, and I think he's from Pickens, South Carolina, who's an aspiring meteorologist. I always follow his stuff there on Twitter. Let's show him some love. Let's retweet his video here. He's out there putting his drone in the elements, man. That could ruin it. But it's certainly some very beautiful scenery coming out of Haywood County, North Carolina, as the snow is continuing to fall. Jacqueline, no problem. This ain't hard work for me. I like these streams. Not constantly calling out tornado warnings and telling people to run for their lives. I personally love the snow streams the best. I'm just like, honestly, the only thing
I can't get you a poll number because it's right on the affected poll, but I can give
with me right now is I'm kind of tired. We've been doing a lot here on the channel here recently. And I just don't see an end in sight with the crazy weather. Unless our upcoming big snowstorm doesn't come through, which I'm not sure if that's going to be the case or not. But I'm more than happy to be here. This is awesome. Ken Cook, thank you so much for that. He says, this is by far the best storm coverage on the web. That's what I'm aiming for here. I know before I started this channel, I was looking for something like it. And it just didn't exist. So, here we go.
in my location for a black Cadillac with heavy rear damage. Vehicle is approximately 20 feet off the roadway.
I want to remind once again, I do this pretty much at the top of every hour. But if we got anybody just now tuning in, oh, goodness. If we got anybody just now tuning in, we are 3 subscribers away from 270,000 subscribers on this channel. And I think we're only a couple days away from this channel being a year old. Now, I'll explain here in a second. There we go. 270,000 subscribers. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Oh my God, that's insane. That's insane. I don't think you guys realize how insane that is. But I started making videos here on this channel. Let me go double check. Make sure I'm not lying to you here.
Okay, I'll be right there.
Uploads. Let's sort by oldest. So if we go to the web here, if we go to my channel, my oldest upload, my first weather video that I uploaded was 11 months ago. And that was on January 4th. January 4th, so tomorrow the channel is 1 year old. 270,000 subscribers in 1 year. Now, if you go to my About section here on the channel, it does say that the channel was created in 2012, and that's true. But I never did anything with it. I never uploaded anything to this channel until January 4th of last year. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for the support and for getting me 270,000 subscribers in under a year. It blows my mind. Lori, thank you for becoming a moderate risker. Linda Frey, thank you for your dedication, giving us the latest updates and weather advisor, and it's extremely important. Thanks for doing a great job. No problem. Thank you, Gail. Thank you, Gail. Yeah, if you if you want an update on the road conditions out here in this region, it's not good. It is not good. Interstate 64 between Richmond and Stanton and Waynesboro is not good. Basically at a standstill. Certainly at a standstill here between Richmond and Washington, D.C. Road closure on I-95 express lanes. We've got road closure on US 17 North. So we've got a lot of road closures out here as well, not just traffic due to the snow, but it's very, very the entire metro area of Washington D.C. is moving pretty slow right now with various different road closures. It's a mess. It's absolutely a mess, and it's only going to get worse over here in Delaware and New Jersey as well. Gina, thank you for becoming a member. Paul, I'm going to be building my underground bunker soon. Don't you worry. Lori says, between you, Reed Timmer, and Nicholas Dunn, my go-to favorite accurate weather. Thank you. Well, no problem. I love Reed Timmer. I don't know Nicholas, but I'm sure he's great too. God, it is coming down in Washington, D.C. Holy smokes. And in Atlantic City. And on the coast of southeastern Delaware there. That is blinding snow there in Washington, D.C., man.
May have a cut
Lily Humphrey says, where do I share pics? The easiest way is on Twitter. If you follow me, at Ryan Hall, y'all, on Twitter, if you have a picture you want to share with me. I'm sure the mods can post a link in the Discord there if you just want to click a link. But you follow me over here on Twitter and then send me a picture or a video. I'll share it.
Going towards Revlon, I'm on the loop road, like going around towards 96.
You are on Oxford.
Yeah.
Yeah, force whatever.
Complaint today is going to be flu-like symptoms. She started having body aches. She does have a 3.8. We gave her 1 gram of Tylenol. All these symptoms started 2 days ago. She has not been vaccinated, but has been around other family members. Heart rate is currently 70. SpO2 is 96 on room air. Blood pressure is 138 over 70. And we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. Anything?
Here's a view from Roxborough, where it's also starting to snow pretty good.
Copy, friend. Thank you.
DeBash won't let me send 270 to celebrate. So here's a $5. Thank you, man. Thank you, Bash. The incredible Shrunken Bee Guy. Thank you for becoming a high-risk member. Severe weather threat is diminishing. It is diminishing here in North Carolina. We got one final round of really strong storms getting ready to go through Kill Devil Hills, and then the Outer Banks here, and then I think we're done. I think we're done with the severe weather. We've had very broad areas of rotation and stuff, but we haven't had much in the way of actual tornadic activity, which is very good news. We do have power lines down in the corner of McCotter Boulevard and Jarrett Lane. A couple different reports of trees and power lines down, and that's the kind of stuff that you can expect there. But I think the tornado watch is about to be expired, and I think we're going to be transitioning over to a snowstorm only stream here in just a minute. Weather update from Charlotte, North Carolina to Greensboro, North Carolina in the next 6 hours. In the next 6 hours, it's probably going to be a little bit nasty, a mixture of precipitation, anything from rain, snow, and sleet. But, really it's only the next 3 hours you've got to worry about that. It's pretty much all going to be moved out of the area in about 3 or 4 hours. But between now and then, especially if you're in Charlotte, it's going to continue to rain. And then the further north and east you go, you're going to be entering that colder air with the sleet and the snow. Creative Experience, thanks for becoming a high-risk member.
You coming from 85, you made
Davy Jones. Davy Jones, thank you for sending me this. This is once again in near Waynesboro and Stanton. Thank you, Davy. What road are you looking at there? This is around Harrisonburg, Waynesboro. You can see the road conditions are not good anywhere. I would not be out there if I didn't have to be. That's something else. Connie Graves, thanks for being an extreme risker. Holy smokes, guys. You're being really generous. And Lamar Blake, thank you, man. You guys don't have to do that. We're just watching snow today. My job's pretty easy today. Lily says, how do we become a high-risk member? In the same place that you went to join to become a member, there are different tiers. And there's a moderate risker, a slight risker, a high risker, an extreme, and then an official sponsor. And I think you can just hit upgrade and it'll change it if you want to.
We're going to be on scene. Highway's going to be totally blocked. We're going to be attempting to clear the roadway. We'll advise further.
919.
Ryan, is it just you, or do you have someone who's bringing you water and snacks? It's just me today. I'm working on it, though, guys. I'm going to have some help here before too long. We're going to be making some big changes. Not big changes. Like, it's still just going to be me and a radar and some chasers. But behind the scenes, everything's going to be flowing a little bit more smoothly, which I think will make the stream much more useful in the future. This has just kind of happened really fast, and I haven't had time to set all that stuff up. Here's an update from the National Weather Service. The National Weather Service says a major winter storm is underway across the Mid-Atlantic metro areas this morning. Snow-covered and slippery roads along with heavy snowfall and low visibility will make travel dangerous across the region. So you can see we are expecting major to extreme impacts in the red and the purple here. That includes Washington, D.C. That includes Dover, Delaware. That includes areas near Atlantic City. That's extensive property damage. Life-saving actions may be needed. Will likely result in major disruptions to daily life. I don't think we're going to see much in the way of extensive property damage, but the rest of that definitely is true, especially if you're going to be traveling. Life-saving actions may be needed, and it will result in major disruptions to daily life. And then there's a couple little areas that are displaying extreme impacts. Life-saving actions will be needed. Results in extreme disruptions to daily life. That's from the National Weather Service. Not me.
Roger, show us in a route hospital.
922.
Hey, Salty, thanks for sending that in. This is from southwestern Virginia. Still a few hours to go with the wind. Snow is sideways. You're pretty close to where I am, man. We don't have nearly as much snow as that.
Station 12, Butler, need to respond to area of 607 20th Street. 607 20th Street.
We got planes being diverted now. There's too much snow in D.C.
Dispatch time 922. You last TAC 10, TAC 10.
43 to 17.
Here's some pictures from Murfreesboro, Tennessee this morning. Wow. Winter wonderland. I love the thick, heavy snow. It's the dangerous kind. It's the kind that causes power outages and down trees, but man, does it look fluffy. I love it.
Thank you, sir. Well updated, Jim.
Thanks for becoming a moderate risker there. Isare? Sorry if I said that wrong. Dang. Got about 8 inches of snow in Stanton, Virginia at 9:15 a.m. Dang. And you guys still have a lot to go.
903 Brook Green. The can is split in half, so it's a 95 green rollout. Needs to be replaced. 903 Brook Green.
I'm trying to see when that's going to end for you. But it's still going to be a little while. You still have a couple hours left of the heavy snow. So you will probably end up with more than a foot of snow there.
I'll be out with that. Send me time and sequence. Put it about 5 minutes ago.
Maddox says, I just heard thunder in Maryland with snow. Did you film it? If you filmed it, I've got a hot and ready pizza that I'm going to be sending to your house. Anybody who films snow today or thunder snow today is getting a pizza delivered to them by me, as long as you're comfortable giving me your address privately. Because that is, part of it. Or I guess I could just give you the money for the pizza, but that's not nearly as fun. Let's see here. Gim R's Lab. He says, hey, Ryan, what do you think I should be expecting in Maryland? It's snowing like crazy right now and already have a couple inches on the ground. Well, it depends on where exactly you are in Maryland. But there's a lot of different things that can happen. If you are in the central portion of Maryland, let's say you're near Washington, D.C., okay, especially if you're south of Washington, D.C. or Annapolis, we're going to be seeing a ton of snow out here. We're talking about maybe a foot of snow or more. Now, if you're in the Delmarva area, same thing, unless you're south of Cambridge and Salisbury. Okay, like down here near Pocomoke City, Ocean City, Salisbury, all these places, it's going to be a mix. You're going to get a mix of rain and snow, and there's not going to be a lot of accumulation able to happen there. But if you are in, if you know where you are on a map, if you are in this general vicinity of Maryland here, especially around Chestertown, Annapolis, Easton, Cambridge, points north, that's where we're going to be expecting the most snow. Anywhere from 6 to 12 inches, really. It just depends on where you are. Those bands are lining up. I'll show you again on the super res reflectivity what we're exactly looking at here. On the left, what we're looking at is where the snow is and where the rain is. Okay, on the left side, if it's blue, it's snow, and if it's green and yellow, it's rain. Now, on the right side, that's your traditional reflectivity, and the yellows and oranges and the greens just show the intensity of the snow, right? So it's really intense there around Washington, D.C. right now, and Atlantic City and Dover, Delaware. And there's another area of very intense snow approaching from the south. And it's not over yet. If we look at the whole thing, if we come out here to the whole storm, we still have a lot, like pretty much everything west of that line to here is still going to go through Maryland, which is why I think a lot of you guys are going to see a lot of additional snow on top of what you already have. That's especially true for Delaware, southern Jersey. Like I think you guys are going to see a whole lot of snow too. Thank you, VK. Thank you, VK, for becoming a high-risk member. And Lily, you figured it out. Thanks for being a moderate risker.
Yeah, 19 foot. We're going to do rounds while we're
here. Game of Pawns says Dover, Delaware here, and it's nuts. If we got anybody in Dover, Delaware that can send us a video on Twitter, please do so. I would love to see. I would love it.
They weren't able to yet. They'll call back with it. Thanks.
Oh yeah, and if you guys find webcams that are like free to use, feel free to send those to me as well.
Can you confirm? And the median supposed to return back to the vehicle.
We're gonna watch this snowstorm happen. I don't care if you live there or if you don't. You're gonna feel like you are, because we got this covered from all angles. Here is West Jefferson, North Carolina. West Jefferson, North Carolina, which is receiving quite a bit. of snow.
Thank you, Rob.
I'll pull that up on the multi-view here in a second. Let's see here. Gim. I hope I'm saying your name right, man. Gim Rs Lab. Thank you so much, dude, for becoming a Slight Risk member. Really appreciate that. And in Astrum for becoming an Extreme Risk member. Dang. I don't know. Once again, I don't know the exact numbers, but I have no clue. I have no clue how many extreme riskers we have now. Gim, I just followed you on Twitter. I followed you back, man. Creator. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Gim Rs Lab. The video game scientist. He's here to go in depth on video game glitches, strategies, and etc. Cool. Yeah, I got you on Twitter, man. It's coming down hard and steady in Denton, Maryland. Let's take a look at Denton, Maryland. This is Karen Bishop. Thanks for sending that in, Karen. It's coming down hard and steady in Denton, Maryland. It sure is.
Negative, I appreciate it. Do you guys get up everything, or we have to go back? No, we're going to have to go back. 10-4, if you just want to put the work order on hold, and we'll address it later.
Yeah, so your friendly Eastern Kentucky weather dude got about 3 hours of sleep last night. But I'm just purely fueled by the energy that this snowstorm has given me right now, and you guys, all your support.
Station 12, Unit 9 on 20th Street, you can 1022. Any Station 12, Unit 9 on 20th Street, you can 1022. Central Clear 931.
It's pronounced Isaray. The White House has become a whiteout. You are not kidding. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but this is a live view of the White House in Washington, D.C. If you guys are just now tuning in, let's see here. Let's do a little refresher here. Let me get you up to speed on what's going on, okay? Because I know we got some new people tuning in, and I'm just kind of like scrolling through Twitter and showing stuff. This is a live weather coverage of a major snowstorm that's currently ongoing in portions of Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, and New Jersey, and also North Carolina. Now, also, we have an ongoing severe weather situation as well, but that is coming to an end, okay? I'll probably remove that from the title once that tornado watch is allowed to expire, if it hasn't already. No, it's still there. We have a tornado watch down here in North Carolina. We got a big line of very strong storms getting ready to go through Kill Devil Hills and the Outer Banks, but no tornadoes as far as we know so far. All right. So we're keeping an eye on that. But after the severe weather threat goes away, we're going to, completely focus on the snowstorm up here, which is kind of what we've been doing. But this is Washington, D.C. We've got heavy blinding snow. We're getting reports in that a lot of roads are closed out here. Hopefully, we got, 6,000? Yeah, about 6,000 people watching right now. Usually what we do in these situations is everybody that's watching right now, if you copy the link to the stream and post it on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or send it in a text message to a family member or a friend, we can get this information out to a bunch of people, all right? who may otherwise not have access to it. Let's say they don't watch the news. All right. Let's say they they don't like the news. Whatever it is, I'm here on YouTube for them with a whole new format. So if we can share that, and if you don't want to share it on social media, that's totally fine. Just hit the like button. Hit the like button, and YouTube will do all the hard work for you and promote the algorithm there, or promote our stream in the algorithm to make sure this gets in front of the correct people. Also, subscribe to the channel if you like this, even if you don't live in the affected areas. The Weather Channel, man, it exists for a reason. People, I am one of you, by the way. People are just, entertained by watching storms like this unfold. And we have a really unique way of showing it here where we have thousands of you guys following me on Twitter, posting, pictures and sending me videos and stuff. So I think we have really, really extensive coverage here on the snowstorm, more so than just about anybody else. Tina says, take a nap. I'm not taking a nap. I will take a nap after this is over. I will absolutely take a nap after this storm is over. Oh, yeah, go follow my one of my favorite storm chasers, Stas. I don't even know if I'm saying his name
Maryland,
right.
That's in Charles County.
But Stas is chasing. Go follow this guy on Twitter, too. We love him.
Here, man. We were in the 60s yesterday. Temperature.
Here's a little update from him.
I am currently in Newburgh, Maryland. That's in Charles County in southern Maryland. It is a winter wonderland out here, man. We were in the 60s yesterday. Temperature plummeted overnight. Now we got 6+ inches of snow coming down heavy. Crazy, man. Intense snowfall rates, 1 to 2 to 3 inches in 1 hour I measured. Just crazy. Roads are all covered. Everything's all covered. I am currently in Newburgh, Maryland. That's in Charles County in southern Maryland. It is a winter wonderland out here, man. We were in the 60s yesterday.
So yeah, I just shared that on Twitter. If you guys want to also share that for him, a lot of these storm chasers, he's another one of those guys that goes out after tornadoes and everything, hurricanes, and a lot of the ways that they, are able to continue to do this is by having a big following on Twitter and stuff. So I like to support him whenever I can. Let's see here. Sergeant Klein, thanks for becoming a slight risker. We got Erickson in here with the support. Thank you, guys. We currently have no severe warnings anywhere. We do have still a tornado watch in effect for the next little bit, but no severe thunderstorm warnings at all right now. Look at this. Nashville, Tennessee, with 5 inches of snow, heavy wet snow weighing down that tree. I'm sure we got all kinds of power outage problems through a lot of middle and eastern Tennessee. We're watching it from multiple different angles here. All right, we have a major snowstorm taking place now across north central Virginia, especially into Maryland, Delaware, and southern portions of New Jersey. And we've got we got a live feed of all of these different areas. You can't see much. You certainly can't see much because of how hard it is snowing, but we do have the ability to check in on all these places. This is Atlantic City, New Jersey, which is absolutely getting clobbered. This is crazy to me because I'm not sure exactly how much snow they have on the ground there, but double it. Probably more than double it, and that's how much they're going to end up with. Insane. Insane. Sergeant Klein, thank you for that, man. It is dumping snow. A lot of people are just now tuning in. They're like, wait, what? It's crazy. I know. It is absolutely pouring the snow, especially in Washington, D.C., and especially in Dover and the Atlantic City areas. This is like some of the heaviest snow you guys have seen in a very long time. Some of you will see more than a foot of snow of accumulation. So if you live in one of these areas and you have the ability to stick your phone out the window real quick and send me a quick video on Twitter, I will share it.
11 and 10 and a half. Thank you. Collecting samples. I'm probably going to catch a few more if I can. Sample, the effluent flow is 11.4 right now.
Power is out in the Lorton area. We actually have a lot of power outages in several different states. Looks like Tennessee's still got about 70,000 people without power. The heavily severe county has got about 34,000 people without power. Once again, it's eastern Tennessee here where a lot of that really thick, heavy snow fell and weighed down on those trees and caused power lines to fall and stuff. Let's see here. Georgia's got a bunch without power. 100,000 people without power. Wilkes County, 2,000 people just in that county alone. South Carolina's got 91,000 people without power. That's more got to do with the straight line damaging winds that we had. And then, of course, in the Davidson and Forsyth and Gulliford and Randolph counties here in North Carolina, this is more than likely due also to some wind and snow or wintry precipitation problems. Virginia's got 15,000 people without power in Albemarle or Albemarle. I'm sorry, and Nelson County, 11,000. This is going to extend. I think there's going to be more power outages up through this way. Oh, as soon as I said that, we now have 107,000 people without power in Virginia. So here's what you can do as well. Okay, if you're in Maryland, we're doing okay in Maryland. We've only got 9,000 people without power right now in Maryland. But here's what you can do if you're in Maryland, New Jersey, or Delaware, and I think a lot of these problems are going to come towards you. I think a lot of you will lose power. So go ahead and, charge up your phones. If you have like backup batteries and stuff, go ahead and charge those up as well. And just kind of prepare to not go anywhere today. I don't think, there's not a life-threatening situation unfolding here unless you plan on leaving your house, okay, because the roads are extremely dangerous. But if you don't plan on leaving, get ready for a power outage, charge up your phones and stuff. Hopefully, I think cell signal still is going to be I don't think we're going to have any problems with that. So we'll be able to stick together even if we don't have power. It's another good reason to share the stream here on social media, including Facebook, because a lot of people, as soon as the power goes out, they hop on Facebook and they're like, yo, what's up? They can't turn the TV on to watch the news, So if we're just there, they'll tune in with us. Christian says this is Lexington, North Carolina in the last 10 minutes. It's coming down pretty good over here in North Carolina as well, in the northwestern portion and the northern portion. That's the back part of that line is really putting down the snow. Quick update on our cameras. We still can't see the White House. I don't know exactly how much snow they have there on the front lawn of the White House, but I'm assuming it's several inches, and it's just continuing to come down at a rate of 2 to 3 inches per hour. And we still have several hours to go. This is in New Jersey, Atlantic City, New Jersey. They are also getting pummeled by snow. This is one of the places I think is probably going to end up with the most snow. And here we are in North Carolina. Forgot the town name. Another thing, whenever I get my production assistant, they'll be able to put the town names above the cameras for me. And then this is somewhere else in Delaware, I think. Okay, so this is West Jefferson. Okay, this is West Jefferson in North Carolina, and this. I don't know. It just says Boardwalk Cam, and the icon was in Delaware. So if anybody knows where that is, let me know. Let's see here, Brandon. Thanks for becoming a Slight Risk member. Wow. Okay, the snow's getting serious out there now. I'm getting a lot of pictures and videos from you guys. Thanks for sending this stuff in, by the way. Raw Alerts on Twitter just posted that parts of New Jersey declared a state of emergency because of this snowstorm.
/28 of 2012 Volkswagen Tiguan to a Mizrain Hassing 118 Old Yogi Lane, Clayton. Plate station at -29.
Definitely stay home. Definitely stay home. If you're anywhere in Maryland, northern portions of Virginia, into Delaware and southern portions of New Jersey, please, please, I don't care what's going on. Don't leave. If you think it's bad now, it'll double it. It's literally going to get a lot worse. This is Route 29 near Ruckersville. I mean, don't get out in that, guys. You know, a lot of people will say, hey, you know, I know how to drive on the snow. I know how to drive in the snow. That's no problem. Well, that's fine. There's a lot of other people out there who don't. You can know how to drive in the snow all you want, but you're still going to be a part of that accident when the person who, you know, maybe is just a little bit less experienced than you fishtails in front of you and then causes a semi-truck to topple over, and then there's nothing you can do about it. Here is, let's see here, Cambridge, Maryland. 4 inches already, and it's still coming down hard. This is also another example of a perfect report. We've got the city and the state. We have a video and a snow total. Thank you for sending that in. I really appreciate it.
She did take some Tylenol prior to our arrival. Did have a fever this morning, but we got 98. Vital signs are all stable with us currently. She is hyperglycemic with a history of diabetes at 4:30. If nothing further, we'll be there in 5 to 10.
Jeff says this is from his sister there in Stafford, Virginia. She lost her power as well. Yeah, that's that heavy, thick stuff. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but this is the dangerous kind of snow that will bring down trees and power lines. We're going to see a lot of power outages tonight, guys. And it's still morning, but you know what I mean. Once again, like I was saying earlier, if you think it's bad right now in Dover, Delaware, it's getting ready to get even worse as another big, giant band of heavy snow's heading towards you. We got a little bit of a break there in, portion near Atlantic City, but another very heavy band is coming right towards you. Tom's River, you might be getting in on some heavy snow here in a little bit. Looks like it's trying to advect north. Holy smokes, guys. This is a crazy, crazy amount of snow that's falling around here. Oh.
And if you can check behind me.
Dodge Durango. That is far behind the MOB. There's a 28. 10-4. 10-4. And you move it away from this space here, the truck is
So we do have big storms, by the way. Let me give you an update on this. We have big storms approaching Cape Hatteras. Okay, approaching Cape Hatteras. It's a severe thunderstorm. Okay, and we do have a live feed. We have our buddy out there, Tim Grooms, who's sending us his Instagram live feed. He's in Cape Hatteras. So we'll be checking back and forth on this. One of the things I want you to notice here is the incredible cloud motion. Look how this is not a time lapse. This is live as this big line of severe thunderstorms is approaching his location. We're going to see those winds continue to ramp up. We're going to see those winds continue to ramp up. And once again, until this thing completely exits the United States, I'm saying that there's still a potential for a tornado there. We got a very strong lower level jet stream. We have surface winds. Watch the, the brush here. There's rotation and there's a lot of vorticity, some horizontal, rotation as well here that can get flipped vertical in a situation where one of these storms develops an inflow notch. So, I know there's not a lot of people left in the path of these severe storms, but I'm going to stick with you here in Kill Devil Hills, Manteo, and all the way down here towards the Hatteras region of the Outer Banks of North Carolina. And Tim Grooms has got a camera on it, so we'll be able to keep up with him and everything that's going on over there. Outside of that, we are talking about a massive snowstorm. A massive snowstorm going on in the Mid-Atlantic regions, especially Washington, D.C. through Dover and Atlantic City. Speaking of cameras, here is the White House. You can't see it, but there it is. Here is Atlantic City. It's Snowtown, baby. We got over 1,000 members now. Let's see some of those emotes. Let's see some Snowtown baby emotes in the chat. Let's go. And then, of course, we don't have that one anymore. And then here is somewhere in Delaware. There we go. I think that one, at least we can see something on that one. So I'm going to stick with that one for a little while. There we go. I'm seeing the Snowtown baby stuff. I'm seeing it.
It is windy out there. Oh God.
It's windy out there, says Tim. It is going to get very windy out there in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Stay tuned, okay? If there's any sort of tornado warning issued, I will be the first to let you know, okay? As of right now, we're okay.
10-4. There's so many floods in Chapel Hill right now, I can't keep up. Four-year-old male patient. Call reference. He fell this morning. Stated he's not injured right now, but he's had several falls in the past couple of days. Wanted to be evaluated for same.
Snowtown, baby.
Has some deep problems as well. Vitals within normal limits, and we should.
This is the I-81 mile marker 118. I-81 mile marker 118 in Christiansburg, Virginia, in Southwest Virginia. Phew. A Dodge Gaskill. Thank you so much, man, for the very generous super chat.
Oh, I'm up here on 64 next to Sweetwater, and I have snow flurries.
Here's the view from Dover. Here's the view from Dover, Delaware. Look at that. It is only going to get more intense. Robert, thank you, man. Greg, thank you. Man, Lexington, North Carolina is getting hit hard too. It's coming down really fast. This is Christian. He says, Tyro, a small town on the bottom west side of Lexington, North Carolina. Another update for you.
Yeah, I might have to get a power head off of it. It's going to be a second of crap, I think. No contact.
We're getting close to 9 inches. Getting close to 9 or 10 inches there in Stanton, Virginia. And it's still coming down. I'm rooting for you if you want a foot of snow.
PD's not going to respond out there, so for Public Works...
Yeah, we're getting reports of a lot of power surges in Virginia especially.
It's not been assigned yet.
Here's somewhere near the Washington, D.C. region. I know that's where Darren is. But the roads ain't getting no better out there.
She came in, they found her in an AFib rhythm. We got to her, and she's in a normal sinus rhythm. Says that her pain is all at this time. They did give baby aspirin. We've had an IV established. No, our recovery is unremarkable for us, and listening us for seeing about 10.
Yeah, it has been a weird year for weather for the entire country. It absolutely has been. Very weird year indeed. Greg, Allison, thank you for being our most recent member. I can't believe we're almost to 1,100 members now. If you're just now tuning in, we are watching a severe weather and a snowstorm situation unfold. In fact, the severe weather thing is pretty much over. The severe weather has pretty much moved out of the area. So I am going to really quickly change the name of the stream.
County is one whole thing.
9:58.
I'm going to take severe weather out of there. Got it. I got it. We currently have 6,200 people watching, guys. Thanks for being here with me this morning. I didn't think anybody would watch. I think everybody was just going to be asleep. But I guess we got people waking up now. So welcome. Hello. We're going to be doing this for the next little bit. At least for the next hour or two, we're going to be providing live coverage of the storm here. If you're new to the channel, this is what I do. This is what I do on the Ryan Hall Y'all channel. I talk about the weather, specifically when it's expected to be intense or dangerous. I post forecast videos, okay? So if you were surprised by this storm, our subscribers, well, they were also surprised by it because, this kind of came out of nowhere. But I bet they knew before you, okay? Because they are subscribers of the Ryan Hall Y'all channel. We post in-depth weather forecast videos, and then whenever the time comes for the severe weather to actually happen, I'm live. Sometimes for 10 to 12 hours at a time, whether it's a tornado, a hurricane, a blizzard, a dust storm, I don't care what it is. I'm going to be here for you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're at 270,400. And we're going to continue to monitor this. Once again, a heavy band of snow. One of the heavier bands of snow is getting ready to move up into Washington, D.C. I know if you're in D.C., you're like, what are you talking about? It's been snowing heavy for a while. Well, there's another heavy band coming. Additionally, I really think that southern portions of New Jersey here, I think that you're in for the worst of it. I think that some of the higher totals will come from this area near Dover in Delaware up to about, Vineland and Atlantic City here in southern portions of New Jersey. This big area of convection, which was associated with some thunderstorms earlier, is going to move up into this region and cause a big problem with very heavy snow. And it's also this area of convection here that might induce some lightning. Okay, we might have some thunder snow over here in this part of the world. Judy Menzel just became an official sponsor. Everybody say thank you to Judy. That's huge. If we didn't have our official sponsors, I wouldn't be able to have a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be able to do this full time for you guys. So thank you so much.
I'm gonna head over to Maynard and Honeysuckle, see if I can't do something over there. And the wastewater guy's been over there also to look. I know they jet and TV that less than a month ago.
Thank you so much.
You're responding to an 81-year-old male conscious and breathing, just needs lift assist.
And if you guys are interested as well, if you want to stay tuned here to the channel here as we go into the future, whenever we get a little bit of a calm period where we don't have a bunch of people sending in pictures and videos and new information coming in, I am going to go over the forecast again. And it does look like we're going to have another major storm on the East Coast this weekend, Friday. Thank you guys once again for sending all these pictures and videos. We have a really unique view once again of the storm here because of you guys. If you want to send me something, at Ryan Hall Y'all on Twitter. This is what my profile picture looks like. In fact, that's what it looks like everywhere. And at Ryan Hall Y'all on every social media platform. Here's some pictures from Mara McGregor. 7 inches at home, and it's still coming down. This is near Spotsylvania at the Spotsylvania courthouse. 7 inches already. Look at that. That's my favorite kind of snow, man. You can, by the way, you can make a really good snowman with this kind of snow. This is the perfect snowman making snow. There we go. Somebody makes a Ryan Hall y'all themed snowman. I'll get you a pizza too. I don't know what that would look like. Somebody said I should make a merchandise. Put that on your snowman. Here's the Cape May Courthouse in New Jersey. The Cape May Courthouse in New Jersey. 13 miles north of the southern point of New Jersey. So this is, you're in one of those places I think that's going to get probably the most. Probably the most. By no means is this official with snow still coming in, but this is out of Talbot County, Maryland. It's like about 6 inches. This is Mark. Looks like we've got decent snow in Glen Allen, Virginia, about 3 inches and still lots to come. Thank you for that. And in Vineland, New Jersey, we have 2.5 to 3 inches, and it's still snowing moderately to heavily. Winds are picking up. Yep, it's gonna get even crazier over there. Yes, make sure you're sending in your snowman pics, of course. A shirt that says "Go to sleep." That's an option. That's an option. I think we might do merchandise in the future. That's probably going to be in the future a really good way for us to be able to, because unfortunately we're always going to be streaming here on YouTube and some of the worst events. Obviously a lot of you guys were here for the December 10th tornadoes. A lot of people, lost their homes. A lot of people lost their businesses. A lot of people lost their lives. But, and we did, thanks to your all support, we were able to, donate money to the relief effort. But I think in the future, I think that the stuff like that, like merchandise, because I don't really need. I don't want to focus on that all the time, making new designs and stuff. But I think the next time that we need to raise money for some place that is, been affected by a storm, I think I might release a "Go to Sleep" shirt for a limited time or something and donate all the profits. I think that'll be the way to do that in the future. I think that'll be probably the best way to go about it. So stay tuned. Hopefully we don't have any devastating events happen. Obviously, we're not going to hope for that. But unfortunately, it is inevitable. Here's Logan Giles. He's out there in southern New Jersey. Roads are not good. Yeah, because I think especially with the amount of following that this channel is getting now, like if we released a "Go to Sleep" shirt or something like that, Nader Juice, for a limited time, I think we'd be able to raise a substantial amount for people who are negatively impacted by severe weather. Here's an update from Stafford, Virginia. It's still coming down hard. Yeah, I like the fact that it's still raining in Virginia, or not raining, but snowing in that part of Virginia, tells me that like Washington, D.C., Delaware, Southern Jersey, you guys still have a lot to go, man. It's still snowing well off to your west. Yeah, we have 200. We are now over 270,500. So we might reach 271,000 subscribers during this stream. Hey, we got our first snowman picture, Sarah. Sarah, Sarah, thanks for sending that in. Do you want to build a snowman? I do. I want to build a snowman. But the reason I want to see your alls is because I'm living through you right now. I love it. Good form. Good form. I love the proportions. Okay, we got a nice big base. All right, so when it starts to melt, we're not going to immediately see the thing fall apart. Perfectly symmetrical button line there. I love the use of branches. We could have done a little bit better on the right branch with a split. I like how this kind of resembles a hand on this side. And the scarf is a nice touch. I love that. And the little hat, that right there is going to add 15 points because I love the little hat. Where did you even find that little hat? Is that even a little hat? That's a cup or something turned upside down, isn't it? But anyway, Sarah, thank you for this. And guys, remember, if you want me to critique your snowman, send it into Twitter. Send it into Twitter, and I will do that. Daniel, thank you for becoming a high-risk member. Looks like we are up to 8 inches of snow now in Newburgh, Maryland. Uh, 8 inches of snow in Newburgh, Maryland, making a run at a foot. I'm telling you guys, some people are going to see over a foot out here. Let's see here. Kyrie Elson, thank you so much for the very generous super chat. Thank you and God bless. Thank you. G Mills, what is a high-risk member? There are some very nice people who have chosen to become members of the channel. It's a paid subscription model where you get extra exclusive features and stuff. It's not required of you. In fact, I don't even ask anybody to do it. It's just, you know, if you feel the need to do it, you can. And then a slight risk member is like the lowest level, and then there's a moderate risk and a high risk, and then you get more stuff the higher up you go. Mostly, though, it's just, you know, to show your support. Thank you, Teresa Honeycutt. Thank you so much.
If you're coming down 85 South to Mariah Fair, just be cautious. This thing gets slick just south of the T14. Damn, boy,
What's the name of this storm? I don't know. I don't really. I think the Weather Channel, they're the ones that do that, right? They name storms. They like the Weather Channel. They're the ones that do that, right? They name storms kind of like you would a hurricane. I don't know if they gave this one a name or not, but that's not like a real thing. That's just a Weather Channel thing. Ibner, thank you for becoming a member. Frida? It's Frida? Or Brand? No, it's not Brandon. Yeah, I think it's Frida, right? Or Friday, something like that. Something. I don't know. I don't like that. I think that it is cool to be able to archive storms and you know if you get a foot of snow today, it is kind of cool that you can like talk in the future about, oh, you remember back in 2022 when we had Winter Storm Findlay or whatever come through. You know that's the only reason why it has any use. But the reason you name hurricanes is because, I mean, it's just a much more significant storm. It needs a name. It needs to be separated from other kinds of storms. This is a winter storm. It's a very nice winter storm. It's a very strong one. But there's nothing significantly different about this than any other storm, other than it's cold on the northern side. So it's, instead of raining, it's snowing. Now, maybe blizzards, maybe like actual like blizzards need names. I don't know. I'm not dogging the Weather Channel. I'm just saying I don't know anything about their naming system. Mike Barnett said, if you could please get a hold of this storm and tell it to move slightly further north, that'd be great. I'm 8 miles south and east of Philly in South Jersey. Oh, my gosh. We've got a bunch of people watching in this general vicinity here who are in Jersey, but you're just not there. You're not quite in the zone. Let me show you what I'm talking about with the zone here. So draw a line from Philadelphia to Toms River and go a couple miles further south than that, and then everywhere south of there is literally going to get buried with snow. However, if you're in Philadelphia, if you're in Toms River or just the areas just to the south, you're going to get a skiff. So I'm sorry. I wish I could move the storm, but the people who control the forces that control the weather that I usually get on the phone with to change the way it goes, they're just not here right now. They're not available right now, so I can't do anything.
Property back at 302 West 2nd Street, 302 West 2nd Street, a white Malibu and a white Mercedes.
Oh, here's another snowman. Josh, thanks for sending this in. All right, we got another snowman. This one's coming out of Virginia or Tennessee. I think it's Tennessee. But this is your son's first snowman. Okay, there you go. I think that's great. Once again, I like the proportions. It's always important that you make the bottom, the base, significantly bigger than the rest. Okay, so we could have a little bit of a bigger base here. Listen, it's your son's first. All right, I'm going to go easy on him. I do like the choice of branches. All right, and I do also enjoy how you are. You're illustrating what the snowman is doing. That way the viewer or the people who are looking at your snowman aren't confused about what's going on with his hands, because he doesn't necessarily have fingers. You're just holding your arms out. That's what he's doing. I get it. I love the smiley face. I love the use of gravel, I believe, or pebbles or some sort for the face features. We are missing a button line. Okay, that's important. We always have to have a button line on our snowman, and some sort of either a corncob pipe, all right, or a hat is necessary. But other than that, man, I give that especially for a little man's first time here, I give that a 9 out of 10. I love it. I love it. Seriously, that's awesome.
I cut him this morning. I just had to let him in. We lost the gate in the power blip, so I pulled the safety chain and manually opened it.
Copy that.
If you can, under the overhang where I got the other barrel.
Yeah, so the severe weather threat is over.
There's an accident report.
The big line of severe storms has now moved out of the area. It's gone. So now we are focusing on our snowstorm up here.
The accident report number and all that stuff.
which we can kind of overlay this, reflectivity radar to kind of really see where the heaviest bands of snow are right now. And as you can see, we have a very strong area of precipitation moving up into the Milford, Dover, Vineland, Atlantic City, and Villas areas of southern Jersey. This is not a baby snow, okay? This is big time snow. Don't leave the house, all right? Let's all kick back, enjoy the snow. Go build a snowman. Don't get in a vehicle. It's gonna be a mess out there for a while.
I sent you an email over the weekend that's got that police report in case you need that number. I don't think Walt's got it though.
Now there is no tornado warning.
Commander Carey. You start me a rescue company, the closest rescue company. Routine traffic's fine. I just need their soapy water. Tell.
Here's a good one from Shane. Look there. He's even got the little tag that says Ryan Hall, y'all. Up there in Winston-Salem. I love it. I love the concept of a mini snowman is awesome, especially when you don't have a lot to work with. You do have the hat. You got the button line. I love it. And I even like your features. You've actually made your arms and legs out of snow rather than using sticks. So that's a 10 out of 10 if I've ever seen one, especially the Ryan Hall y'all sign. That adds points for sure. I'm going to give you guys an update on power outages here in a second. I'm just waiting for that site to kind of update. I'm also continuing to go through Twitter. I'm looking at all your pictures and all that good stuff. Okay, so we do have more power outages now. I'm just going to keep you guys updated on this because I think they're going to move to the north and east. Right, so you see a big cluster of power outages here in north central Virginia. We currently have 181,000 people without power in Virginia. That is up about 80,000 from just 30 minutes ago. So we're going to, literally tens of thousands of people are going to be losing power over the next little bit. If you are in north central Virginia and you still have power, prepare for a potential power outage because I do believe that it's coming. And that also, like I said, this is moving to the northeast. Imagine this is like a radar that shows you power outages like as a storm, and they're moving to the northeast. So they are coming for Maryland. Let's see what we do have more people without power in Maryland now. And as you can see here in southern portions, we have about 20,000 people without power. So obviously the grid's a little bit, it's set up better in Washington, D.C., but especially if you're in southern Maryland, in the Delmarva area, south of that line, you're going to probably lose power because this is heavy, wet snow. It's knocking down trees and power lines and all that good stuff. Make sure your phone's charged. Make sure your tablet's charged. Make sure your backup batteries are charged. And just make sure you don't there's no reason for you to need to leave the house.
7-9 charge on arrival.
Here's an awesome video from Stephen P. of Tennessee. Stephen P. of Tennessee. I love it. So he got out there with his drone too this morning. Here's checking in from Middle Tennessee as the clouds cleared with 5 inches of snow on the ground near College Grove in Tennessee. Beautiful footage, man. Guys, go show this some love. It's on my Twitter list.
Thank you. Nothing further at this time.
Somebody said the power's been flickering here south and east of D.C. Do you think it will completely go out? I can't tell you for sure. I'm just saying prepare for the likelihood of that happening because it does seem like that's a very real possibility as, hundreds of thousands of people are without power to your west and the snow that, you know, has caused that is moving in your direction. So thank you, Tia and Janice and Annika. Thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it. Here's Frederick, Maryland. About 6 inches of snow down there in Frederick, Maryland. Thank you, Shanlin, for sending that in. So we have another thing going on here, which I didn't even mention, but this is going to continue to be a problem. We got big tidal flooding going on here in Norfolk, Virginia from this storm. Gridlock all over the city and washed out roads. Yeah, so this is, this is a really strong storm. It's similar to a weak hurricane or a tropical storm or something like that. So the closer this gets to the coast, and this is also, once again, this is going to be a problem too. If you're near the coast in Maryland, Delaware, and the southeastern coast of New Jersey, we're going to see, storm surge. We're going to see some big waves. Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't going to be a catastrophic event like a hurricane or something like that. But it's similar because the winds are cranking and they're pulling that. It's pulling that water up into towards the direction of the low pressure center, and that's going to pull it towards the coast. So get ready for some coastal flooding all the way up and down the coast, whether you're getting rain or snow today. Stone Troll, thank you so much. 10 months, and this stream proves its worth not just every day, but every month. The next major milestone is 24 months. Yeah. If you're keeping up with your badges, if you're a member, after the first month you get an upgrade, and then after 3 months you get an upgrade. Then after 6 months you get the red badge, and then at 12 months you get the pink one. And then now at 24 months, if you're a member of this channel for 2 years straight, I made one that's like sparkly and gold and stuff. It's cool. So thank you, man. Thank you for being a member for so long.